So one of the most common questions that we get is which bike rack is best for my vehicle? And the best way to check this is to take the dimensions off the website and check the relative bike position to the vehicle. Not only the vehicle, but also your accessories like a wheel carrier or a water tank holder, for example. There are 3 different bike rack variants that we offer. We've got the Adventure, which comes with the extension. So we always recommend if you can make that work, that's the best one to go for. But if not, we do have longer versions, the Touring Shorty and then the Touring. To figure out which bike rack is best for your vehicle type and setup, including any accessory, what we recommend to do is trace your hitch pin down to the floor, get a tape measure, and just mark where the bikes will sit relative to the vehicle for those specific bike racks. So in this case, I've marked out the Adventure, which is the first one. Then I've got the Touring Shorty, and then I've got the Touring. And each of these positions is where the bike will sit relative to the vehicle. It's the position of the bike closest to the vehicle. And that measurement is on a diagram that's clearly stated on our website. And so what I'll do now is I'll take a bike and I'll look at where the bike sits relative to the vehicle. So I'll grab this bike here. And what we're looking for is handlebar position relative to the bike. Keep in mind that the bike should sit up, right? It's going to sit somewhere there. So normally a vehicle tapers in, and so you'll have more clearance with the handlebars. And really what we want is around about at least 50 mil of clearance between the handlebars and the vehicle. The other thing to check is the pedal to make sure that that clears any accessory that you might have on the rear of the vehicle. So I can see clearly in this case that the Adventure is going to work really well for this old 60 that we've got here. But if you had, say, a wheel carrier, which might protrude somewhere here, maybe you need to look at the Touring Shorty just to have that clearance between the wheel carrier. Typically, the Touring is more for vehicles that have a large offset. So like Land Cruisers, for example, 79 series have large offsets of trays relative to the hitch. So that's typically what the Touring is set up for. All the dimensions for each of those bike rack variants are on the website. So just go on there and check them out, and that should tell you which bike rack suits your vehicle. So hopefully that helps you find the right rack.